Describe a magazine that you like. You should say what the magazine is, how you knew this magazine, what the content is, and explain why you like this magazine. It has to be the Harvard magazine, the Harvard Business Review, a general management magazine, as its name tells it all. It started. I started reading it since freshman year. I first came across it in the school library, but it was a really dated copy. Anyways, I was instantly drawn to it. It discussed the issue of maternity leave in the article. I still remember how amazed I felt reading the different perspectives provided by the author. Traditionally, people consider maternity leaves as a benefit for women, but the truth is, it's based on the conventional belief of mothers being the primary caretakers in the households. So, long story short, it's kinda discriminative for fathers, so we should consider it in a fairer way. Out of excitement, I decided to subscribe the magazine, but it turned out to be rather expensive if I wanted the printed copies, so I decided to subscribe for the digital membership instead. It's about a third of the original price, so I was very happy with it. I've been an avid reader for it and have benefited from it tremendously. There's so many typical case studies, pioneering business concepts, and practical management skills provided in the magazine. I honestly feel that I've learned and grown a lot thanks to it.
Okay, let's have a listen to sample 4 on the topic of a magazine you like.
Describe a magazine that you like. You should say what the magazine is, how you knew this magazine.
I don't know why everybody uses the past tense for know. If you still know something now, use the present tense, know. And it's know about the magazine, not know the magazine, know about.
What the content is, and explain why you like this magazine. It has to be the Harvard magazine,
Now, I'm assuming she's saying Harvard, but it's coming out as Hover.
the Harvard Business Review.
And I'm also assuming this is review, but it's coming out as Vivil. But I think it's called the Harvard Business Review.
A general management magazine, as its name tells it all.
What a great word. As its name tells it all. Yeah, we can see from the magazine's name that it's a business magazine.
I started reading it since freshman year.
Oh, we missed a bit there. Let's go back.
All it started. I started reading it
So self-correction, but nothing major there.
since freshman year.
But this is a problem. Started reading it since freshman year. You can't start doing something since a certain time period. Since goes with the present perfect tense. So you could, for example, say, I have been reading it since my freshman year, but you can't start. You can only start one time. So the sentence could either be, I started reading it in my freshman year, or I have been reading it since my freshman year. If you want to use the past tense, there can be no since.
I first came across it in the school library.
What a great phrase this is also. Came across it, so by accident.
But it was a really dated copy.
What a great word to use when we talk about books or magazines. They're copies, yeah.
Anyways, I was instantly drawn to it.
And remember how we saw so many people say attracted? I'm attracted to this magazine. This is a much better phrase. Drawn to it, going with the adverb instantly.
Drawn to it. It discussed the issue of maternity leave in the article.
Here I would just swap this around. I would say the article discussed the issue of maternity leave.
Do you remember how amazed I felt reading the different
Felt, not felt.
perspectives provided by the author?
Okay, good grammar, just a little bit off in the pronunciation.
Traditionally, people consider maternity leaves as a benefit.
Now, nice use of the adverb, traditionally, but then she says maternity leaves, and it's maternity leave, not maternity leaves.
As a benefit for women, but the truth is, it's based on the conventional belief of
Wait.
women. But the truth is, it's based on
Yeah, I think this should be it's. It's based on. Okay, it's based on noun. Here's our noun, belief.
But the truth is, it's based
Oh, come on now. Why are there so many S's there? Okay, let's try that again.
But the truth is, it's based on the conventional belief of mothers being the primary caretakers in the household.
Pretty good. Just one thing. It's based on the traditional belief that. Belief goes with that. It doesn't go with of. Based on the conventional belief that mothers. Oh, I see here what you did. Yeah, this ing doesn't work. It should be that. It's based on the conventional belief that mothers are. We don't need the being here. Mothers are the primary caretakers in the household, and household, no S. We're talking about all households, so we just say the household. Let me say this again. It's based on the conventional belief that mothers are the primary caretakers in the household, no S.
Primary caretakers in the households. So long story short,
Great phrase. In summary,
it's kind of discriminative for
oh, I don't know what that word is. I'm guessing it's kind, but I'm not sure. It's kind of discriminative.
short. It's kind of discriminative for fathers.
Here the vocabulary is not quite right. So, long story short, it discriminates. We need a verb here. It discriminates against fathers. Verb discriminates against fathers.
So we should consider it in a fairer way. Out of excitement,
Oh, look at this here. Out of excitement. What a great way to start your sentence.
I decided to subscribe the magazine.
Now she puts the stress on the first syllable, subscribe. But it's not subscribe, it's subscribe. Subscribe. She puts the stress on the wrong syllable. The stress on the stress is on the second syllable. Subscribe.
But it turned out to be rather expensive.
Turned out also very good. So in end, it was too expensive.
If I wanted the printed copies,
Why not say if I wanted the paper-based or paper magazine? Because now she's going to go on to talk about.
so I decided to subscribe for the digital membership instead.
Okay, here she's again mispronouncing subscribe, but that's not what I want to talk about now. You subscribe to a magazine or you subscribe to a newspaper. You can't subscribe for. Subscribe always goes with to. Now, if you want to say digital membership, you can't subscribe to the membership. You can only subscribe to the magazine. So I decided to get the digital membership instead. So this is the wrong verb. It should be get.
It's about a third of the original price, so I was very happy with it. I've been at
Oh, I forgot to mention. All right, so here, the digital membership. So she's getting the digital version. So then this would be the printed version.
it. It's about a third of the original price.
And she's using the fractions correctly. It's about a third of the original price.
So I was very happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been an avid reader for it.
Here she gets the preposition wrong again. I've been an avid reader of it. You're an avid fan or an avid reader of something.
And have benefited from it tremendously.
Good use of adverbs again. Tremendously. Very nice.
There's so many typical case studies, pioneering business concepts.
Look at the vocabulary here, pioneering, and she's using it with the ing, which is absolutely correct. Here we have the word concepts, practical management skills, very nice.
And practical management skills provided in the magazine. I honestly feel that I've learned and grown a lot thanks to it.
Well, that's a really good answer. Let's look at some scores. Well, as far as fluency goes, it was very fluent, mainly because she was reading, but hey, it was still very fluent. As far as coherence goes, also an 8. Let's see what we've got here. Look at this. When she introduces the topic, it has to be. And then she goes on to describe it. Very easy to follow. As the name tells it all. I first came across. She starts off in the past, and then she continues into the present. We've got anyways. We've got referencing it. And remember here, she talked about the copy. Again, good referencing. We've got adverbs, traditionally. Long story short, kind of. Out of excitement. A lot of phrases. Gotta be an 8. And I already talked about her vocabulary. She's able to use a lot of words directly related to magazines, and many of them are definitely less common words. Occasional inaccuracies. I did point those out. That's why the score cannot be a 9, because we do have this problem. The same goes for the grammar. The grammar cannot be a 9 because it was not consistently accurate. She did make mistakes, as I pointed out, especially with articles. Sometimes she confused the plurals with the singulars. That's more of a vocabulary problem, though. She did have some word order problems in some sentences, but good enough for an 8, but not accurate enough for a 9. And for pronunciation, we did see her mispronounce a couple of words, but nothing too serious. She can generally be understood without too much difficulty, so I would say a 6. As far as the pronunciation features go, well, let's have a listen.
Being the primary caretakers in the households. So long story short, it's kind of discriminative for fathers. So we should consider it in a
So there's not enough stress here. So long story short, it's kind of I'm going to say what she says. Long story short, it's kind of discriminative against fathers. So we should consider it in a fairer way. Out of excitement. So I would have put some stress on so, and I found that lacking.
So we should consider it in a fairer way. Out of excitement, I decided to subscribe the magazine. But it turned out to be rather expensive.
See, there we get some intonation, rather expensive.
I wanted the printed copies.
But then why does it rise here as well? It rose here, which I understand, but at the end of a sentence it should fall. So pronunciation, no more than a 6.